All right, third video in the series on calorie balance myths. We talked about how calories in and calories out are always exactly the same. The only difference is the source. It's either from food or from your body. And if it's not coming from food, it has to come from your body. And if calories being burned from your body is existing, your weight does drop 100% of the time. You cannot physiologically have more calories going out than is coming from food and not lose weight. It's simply not possible. Which leads me to the reason why I believe that a lot of people who are like, oh, I know I'm burning all these calories and I'm only eating like a couple of grapefruit a day, therefore, I'm not losing weight so my metabolism's crashed or whatever kind of thing. Couple of problems with this. One, sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, my metabolism has crashed, that's why I'm not losing weight, but I know I'm in a caloric deficit of like 1,000 calories. Holy crap, I think I'd be crawling on the floor if my metabolism shut down by 1,000 calories. That's more than half. That's more than half. If I took my body and I told it, I was like, okay, burn half as many calories as a possibility, I think I'd have to shut down major organs in order to make that happen. That is a huge amount of energy slowdown. I would probably have trouble climbing stairs. Holy crap, that's insane. The other thing that's most probable to this is a lot of times this quote metabolism crash that everybody talks about. The thing is, having a lot of calories come from the body, Mother Nature knows this, we can't do this indefinitely. It's not something that we can maintain forever, because if we do, we die. Therefore, there's a stress on the body, stress on the mind and everything, and we don't deal very well with long-term stress. So we naturally, being the efficient machines that we are, we like to find ways of being in balance. So I see this happen all the time where people start losing weight and they're like, boy, it's really tough, but I can make it happen. But then they start finding shortcuts. They start looking for shortcuts like, oh, I can do this exercise instead of that exercise, walking instead of running. Or a lot of times this happens with popular diets. There's a real strict hardcore diet that comes out and then someone comes out with an article or a book or something saying, actually, you couldn't eat all of these foods. Actually, you can eat some of these. And you can eat actually some of these. And on certain days you can eat these. And basically what we're looking for is we're cutting corners. We're looking for ways to bring ourselves back into this balance. And whether it's taking a few less steps per day, eating a little bit more at each meal, whatever, we do it through our own subconscious behaviors rather than a slowdown in some sort of physiological. That can happen too, but I don't think it's going to happen to the tune of like 1,000 calories or even 500 calories. I think it's more habitual changes in what we're doing than anything else, and we're not aware of them. Which leads me to my last point that I want to make. This whole idea of it's about calories, I believe is true, but I'm not a fan of calorie counting, largely because it's ridiculously hard to do, it's very inefficient, and it's almost impossible to get accurate for a long period of time. But the good news is, I don't think it's necessary. How many calories do I take in on a day? I have no clue. How many calories do I burn on a day? Again, no idea whatsoever. But the good thing is, I don't need to know because my body weight and my body composition is stable. You don't need to know. I don't care how many I eat. I don't care how many I burn. The only thing that matters is the balance in between the two. If they're the same, your body weight and your body fat levels and stuff stay the same, regardless of what those numbers are. So you don't need to know the numbers. You just need to know that balance. So that's why I say, okay, if I start getting fatter or I start gaining weight, I know I'm consuming more than I'm expending. I don't care how or why or anything. I know how to bring it back. And same thing, if I need to lose weight or if I need to keep things the same, I know how to do that. I don't need to count anything. Calorie counting, good for the beginner. Good to get a general idea of what's going on. But I think over time, it's something that we should ultimately kind of do away with, kind of like training wheels on a bicycle. We kick them off in order to make life a lot easier and a lot more fun. So there's my thoughts. Let me know yours down below. Till then, be fit, live free.